Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again. I'm going to bring you another video. This one's going to be talking about the recent announcement that Lawrence Gilliard Jr. is not actually playing Rory Stark. That was a fake name. That is actually just a cover name for the comic book character Bob Stooky. So I'm a little bit late on this one as a result of the move and everything, getting everything set up. I missed this one, try to do pretty much updates on everything released about The Walking Dead, any information that we can use for speculation for the next season, in this case season 4, and if there's a season 5, which there probably will be, I'll do it again next year. So my apologies for missing it, and the delays in this video. I did do a video talking about Lawrence Gilliard Jr. and being announced to be Rory Stark, which was the first announcement they made. And now they basically said that, yeah, that was just a fake name. And he's actually going to be playing a character from the comic book series, Bob Stooky, who is a character that appeared in issue 43 of The Walking Dead. Is a local town drunk of Woodbury and a former Army medic. He traveled with Lilly Caul and many other survivors during the early stages of the outbreak, where he eventually joined Woodbury. So he kind of comes in close to the end of the Governor's overall story arc in the Walking Dead comic book series. He was, 43, and that whole Governor story arc went into the early 50s, and then it was basically being wrapped up and everything like that. I forget exactly which issue it ended on, but 43 is pretty damn close to near the end of that. Let's see, his age is in the late 50s, early 60s. He, in the comic book series, is Caucasian. In the, obviously, Lawrence Gilliard Jr. is African American. So that's, well, I mean, this isn't the first time they've done that and cast an actor that looks nothing like the character from the comic book series. They did it with the Governor, and that worked out great, I think. David Morrissey, a fantastic actor, does an amazing job. I think he does really good at playing both roles of trying to be that charismatic leader that looks all clean cut and everything, and then behind the scenes is really going out and stealing from other groups and killing other survivors and tracking them down, and all kinds of mean tactics. So it doesn't have, like, the character, the actor doesn't have to look exactly like it. I mean, it's okay. It doesn't matter, and they can obviously change it however they want it because the TV series is different. So I think it's interesting what they're going to do with this character too. And also, does that mean that because he's being introduced, and in the comic book series he was introduced close to the end of the Governor's story arc, that maybe we're starting to see the end of the Governor's story arc in the TV series too? I kind of hope so. I kind of hope so, because I think you got a lot of time in season 3. Season 4, going to be another 16 episodes. That's a long season. I really hope the Governor doesn't survive all the way through there. And if he does, I hope he falls out of the main storyline, because I think that would be going on a little long. Now, that being said, where are we going to see this character? We can do some predictions now in the TV series. Is he going to be part of the prison? Are we going to be introduced to him as a character in the prison? Because we obviously didn't see everybody on that bus. Will he be located there, coming over from Woodbury? I could definitely see that. He is a drunk, so maybe they didn't take him for the fight because he's a drunk and he's useless, basically. Could be. Or could be that he is at the Big Spot retail store, which I could definitely see, because if you guys remember from the pictures, if you don't know what I'm talking about, check my channel. Previous video, I showed some pictures for the set design for the Big Spot Superstore, where they're going to be filming. I assume it's not going to be Rick's group, so thinking probably more along the lines of the Governor, place that he set up camp. There are military tents and things like that on the outside of that. So that being said, obviously the Governor's going to need more men, and you've got military encampment there. You'd think maybe he's a character that's going to be there. One of them. I mean, probably not going to be the only character there, but maybe another group of survivors that the Governor meets. Possibly he could help the Governor with his eye problem because he can't seem to cauterize it on his own. burn it, cauterize? Cauterize? Yeah, cauterize we've seen him try before, but he can't quite do it. Maybe this character can help with that in some sort of way. I don't imagine the governor would be hacked up in any other way that he would. So if they're going to fit it in line with the storyline of the comic book series, that would make sense that he would patch him up, because in the comic book series, essentially Bob patches him up after Michonne basically beats the crap out of the governor and then tortures him because he tortured her before. But she hacks him up way worse. Like, she cuts off like a limb, and I think it's his right, like part of his right arm, like from the elbow down, messes up his eye and all kinds of other stuff to him. And then Bob, basically the town drunk doctor, army medic, ex-army medic, fixes him up essentially. So we don't know too much about the character from the comic book series past that. We know he was with Woodbury. We know for the most part that he survived, I would say, yeah, at least up until the point when the prison story arc in the comic book series ends. So there is a chance that he could actually still be alive, and as well as a lot of characters from the prison, which would be cool to see eventually in the comic book series, even if it's not from the eyes of a survivor of Rick's group, just to see which characters from Woodbury and post the governor are still alive, because I think he might be one of them. I mean, he really isn't in a whole lot of danger. He mostly sits around and gets drunk all day, so unless the camp is overrun or the prison's overrun or Woodbury's overrun, he'd probably be out of line of fire, unless, of course, they run out of food or something and he has to actually do something. Then he could be in danger because, of course, he's a drunk. So it should be fun to see Lawrence Gilliard Jr.'s take on the character. Obviously, he's got to add a lot to him because, like I said, there isn't too much to work from here, other than the fact that the sense I can remember of him is that he's got pretty good skills with medicine and army medic experience. He's a drunk. He has no self-confidence in what he can do, and he's basically one of those depressive type people. So it'll be really interesting to see what's going to happen with the character in Season 4. I think, just making a prediction here, I could be totally wrong, but based on the pictures and everything, I think he's going to be part of a military group of survivors that the governor meets up at that big spot shooting location, and I think we're going to see him help the governor out with the eye, and that's how they're going to introduce him. That's what I think they're going to do with him. Could be totally wrong. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about the character from the series and everything, what you expect to see from him in Season 4. I think he'll probably die in Season 4 too. I don't see any reason why he would survive all the way through it. Yeah, I think he's probably a goner. I don't think he's a season regular either. They haven't announced that, I don't think. They've just announced they're adding him onto the cast. So he won't get as many lines as someone like Tyrese or Beth, because she's a series regular too. The governor or characters like that, he'll be like a B-list character, I would say. Yeah. So anyway, gone on long enough about this one. Let me know what you guys think about it. What do you expect to see in Season 4 from Bob Stooky? And that's it for this video, guys. I'll see you for the next one. This is Trev, and I'll say peace.